Imagine standing bare before the world, not in body but in raw honesty. This is where true transformation starts. Not by layering on new facades or seeking approval, but by stripping away everything that makes you fragile, distracted, and easily swayed. Most lives are built like sand castles, shaped with shaky hands, hoping the tide never comes. But there's another way. One that digs foundations so deep, storms become mere whispers. Freedom, as the ancients taught, belongs only to those who master themselves. Rebuilding isn't about adding more, it's about shedding the unnecessary, the pride, the noise. It's not about becoming someone new for others. It's about uncovering who you were before fear and distraction buried you. The world will always try to mold you through trends, opinions, hollow praise, or petty conflicts, but beneath the clamor, a quieter truth remains. Your power lies not in external events, but in your mind. Strength isn't a performance. It's what's left when the act burns away. Pause. Look at what you cling to. Whose approval, whose forgiveness, whose unspoken apologies. How much weight do you carry, replaying conversations that should have ended in silence? True rebuilding begins when you refuse to feed your mind. Tap distractions. A restless mind wastes nights and stumbles through days. A disciplined one knows when to be still and when to cut through illusions. We suffer most in our imaginations. How many moments have you ruined before they arrived? How many dreams have you buried under fears that never came? To rebuild is to stop chasing what steals your peace. It's sitting alone and realizing stillness isn't emptiness, it's liberation. You don't need grand mentors or marble halls, just a quiet room and the courage to ask, what lies am I telling myself? Who am I pretending to be? Who do I blame to avoid rising? Rebuilding isn't about lamenting chains, it's breaking them, link by link. It's daily, silent work. That's why the world mocks discipline and clings to comfort. It fears those unshaken by their own shadows. So start where you are. Wake before the world demands your attention. Greet the dawn with a whisper. Today, I am mine. Stop explaining your silence. Stop waiting for permission. Do the work. Small, repetitive, unseen. Sweep your mental floor. Guard your mental door. When fear comes, meet its gaze, not today. Fear thrives in darkness. Drag it into action's light and watch it shrink. The difficulty isn't in the task, it's in the hesitation. So dare. If old habits cling, peel them away. If the past insists you'll never change, answer with silence and new steps. Transformation isn't announced, it's lived. Walk past the gates that once trapped you without looking back. Day by day, build on principles, not trends. On self-mastery, not self-pity. On quiet resolve where others gossip. On effort where others complain. Applause is irrelevant. What matters is this. When storms come, and they will, your walls hold. Your mind doesn't splinter, your spirit doesn't fold. You don't vanish into excuses, so rebuild. Wake early, sit alone. List your flaws like a surgeon studying wounds. Name them, then replace them. Not with prayers for easier days, but with stronger shoulders. Don't beg for perfection. Learn to stand firm in chaos. Don't wait for trust. Earn it from yourself by keeping promises no one sees. At first, the work is invisible. Only you know what you're carving away. But with time, the weight lifts, the noise fades, the mind obeys. What remains is a self so solid that even the worst day can't burn it down. First define who you'll become, then act. Rebuild in the dark hours when no one cheers. Rebuild when temptation offers sweet poisons. Rebuild when the world laughs. Discipline will always be mocked until it stands unshaken. Peace isn't given, it's built. Respect isn't owed, it's earned by becoming someone whose silence outweighs others' noise. This isn't about being unbreakable, it's about breathing, bleeding, failing, yet refusing to kneel to storms of the mind. The work isn't for show, it's for the self that remains when all else falls away. So rise, tear down what weakens you, build what steadies you, fortify your mind before anything else. Let the world scroll and scream, let gossip rise and fade. You have a wall to build within, and when it stands, the saint. Storms won't break you, they'll bow. Keep your mind clear, your words few, your steps steady. Let this be your anchor when the world grows loud. Rebuild in silence, stand unmoved, and remember, the mind that rules itself fears nothing. The path is never about perfection, it's about persistence. Every crack in your foundation is an invitation to rebuild stronger. Every doubt is a test of your resolve. The world will try to convince you that stillness is stagnation, that discipline is deprivation, but you know the truth. Real power is forged in the quiet moments when no one is watching. Ask yourself, what would you do if fear no longer dictated your choices? How would you move if approval meant nothing? That is the person you must become, not in a single leap, but in countless small steps. Each decision to choose clarity over chaos, purpose over distraction, is a brick laid in your inner fortress. There will be days when the old voices return, whispering that you're not enough, that you should settle, that the work isn't worth it. On those days, remember, the strongest trees grow against the wind. Resistance isn't proof of failure, it's proof you're growing. So let your actions speak louder than your doubts. Let your discipline be your compass. And when the world tries to pull you back into the noise, return to the silence where your true strength lives. This is how you outlast every storm, not by avoiding the rain, but by standing firm, rooted in the unshakable. The truth of who you are, the journey is yours alone. Walk it with your eyes open, your mind steady, and your hands ready to build. The rest will follow. The work is never finished, only deepened. Each day, you choose. Will you build or will you drift? Will you rule your mind or let it rule you? The answer isn't found in grand declarations, but in the quiet repetition of showing up again and again for the life you've claimed as your own. So take the next step, then the next. The path reveals itself only to those who walk it. The world may not notice your transformation, but you will. And in the end, that's all that matters. Stand firm, keep building. The storms will pass, you won't.